All right, mic check, mic check. More Than Masters podcast was made of calls. I got a special guest across me today, Mr. Peabo Donaldson. How you doing?
I'm doing good, chilling.
How you been, man? Been a long time coming, man.
Yeah, man, been 2-3 years,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
So I finally made it out here, man.
Yeah, man. I made a post a few years ago, and I asked my following or supporters who they wanted on, and I've done one of those or two per year, and every time I make that post, you come up, and it's
Yeah.
more than one person. It'd be like 2 or 3 people that say him, And I think we've tried like 23, 24, 25, and it just you busy, I'm busy, busy season, and then so it's funny. I seen you in Kitchen Kings the other day, and I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you was like, hey man, look, I'm coming, right?
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. It was just another little thing, man. Yeah, but I had to make that promise, man. I be doing everything else, man.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's only right.
Nah, I appreciate it, man. I definitely appreciate it. So like I said, the good thing about this is like everything I'm asking you, I kind of don't know as well. So
Yeah.
it's good to know. Like I know
Yeah.
that you got a story because everybody done said no. You got to have more. You got to have more. I know what you do and things like that, which I will get into that as well. I want to start out first with let's always talk about like where you from. So talk about were you born and raised here? You from Augusta, Georgia?
Yeah.
And what's that like? So you born and raised here? Household, brothers, sisters. Like, what's your life like?
Yeah, I was born and raised here, Augusta, Georgia. So it's 4 of us, 3 boys and 1 girl.
Mm.
Same mom, same dad. So grew up pretty good. Um, didn't want for nothing. So,
You was the oldest, youngest,
middle child.
middle.
Yeah.
What's that like? What's it like being the middle child? What's some pros and cons to that in your mind, in your opinion?
Man, I was a tough cookie, man. Bad, man. Like black sheep, man. But I mean, I'm in the middle. You know, I listen to them. They listen to me sometimes. But and I love the middle
Yeah.
child. I'd rather be the middle child than any other spot.
How was that for you? Like, how was it? Cause you said same mom, same dad. They live together. Like,
Yeah.
What was that? What was that like in the household? Because a lot of us don't have that. So what was that like in the household for you?
Man, it was a beautiful thing to see my mom and dad, same household growing up until my mom, passed away. And still to this day, my dad is still single after 25, 26 years of
Wow.
her passing. So it was a beautiful thing, man. It really showed me that, when I grew up, I'm an adult now, but when I grew up, it showed me I wanted that same thing. I ain't want no kids to where I had to pull up and they running down the hill, Daddy. I wanted to kind of walk in the house
Come home
like
to 'em.
my daddy did every night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was a good thing, man. I thank God for it. Like you say, most people don't have that, but it was definitely a good thing.
Just describe your parents. If you don't mind, like describe how your mom was and how your dad was.
Um,
Of course, this is you, younger.
yeah. My mom was everything. Like she did for others before she did for us.
Mm.
She had a heart of gold. She cook anything, make you anything. Um, she give you the shirt off her back. Her last dollar in her pocket. My dad was more like the quiet type. He'd look around and see and peep everything, but he worked 24/7. So it's like I got the gold heart from my mama, and from my dad, I got that work mentality from my dad and my granddad.
Yeah.
So it's like it's the best of both worlds blended into one.
Yeah.
Saying.
It's funny you say 24/7 too, because that's part of the reason why we weren't able to link up was you always working. I got this job, I got this car, I got this car. So it makes sense. But you be on the move, you be on the go, and I like that. But and siblings, like so you say you're the middle, so it's 3 boys, 1 girl. Is the girl the younger?
No, she's the second oldest.
Oh, that.
Yeah, she's the second oldest, but since my mom passed, really, my entire life, she always acted like mama. Still think she my mama. You know what I'm saying? But I do what I want and say what I want, But yeah, but it's she's sweet. We all 2 years apart.
Mm-hmm.
So it's boom, 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 boom.
Okay.
So and I got my little brother. He's the youngest. Of course, he ain't little, but he's the youngest of the bunch. And my oldest brother, of course, which is the smart one, the the educated one, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, all of that. So it's a beautiful thing to have a family in one because it's usually little Ricky going to go with his dad,
Mm-hmm.
Sally going to go with her dad. You know what I'm saying? But just to have everything there, man, was a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Coming up, like just the relationship with your siblings. I know you said you got an older brother who seemed very smart. And did you look up to him? Did you try to be like
No,
like
man,
what you like yourself? Your like what kind of person
nah,
were you?
I was bad, man. I was bad. We didn't get along. We used to fuss all the time. I'm real territorial, so I ain't allow nobody to play with my toys. Used to want people to come to the house, but you couldn't play with my toys, type shit. But it was I mean, it was just we all had our ways, But like I say, we fussed and we argued a lot, so that was a big part of Mama, y'all gonna need each other, this and that one day. But for the most part, we fuss, we argue, but if something was to happen, we'll all come together
Yeah.
like we're supposed to.
So you talk about yourself a minute, and I'm kind of getting to you now. I know you mentioned you was bad, like as a kid. Now it's not like teen, but just as a kid.
Mhm.
What would you do like what to cause like problem? Like what was your thing like?
Man, anything, like anything. I knew I was gonna get a whooping when I was young. I used to get up and put on me 3-4 pound underwear because I knew I was gonna get a whipping. You know what I'm saying? But it was just a typical kid, man. Just a boy getting into the boy things. You know what I'm saying? Doing shit I wasn't supposed to do. So, um, but a
What
lot of shit I did, I learned from it.
what your activities was like when you was young? You played sports, basketball, football,
Uh,
anything like?
man, I played pee wee football, man, recreational football. And I remember, I used to be real fat my entire life. I recently lost weight 6, 7 years ago when I started washing cars. But my mama had to put me at the little recreation center, Bernie Ward, I want to say.
Shout
And
out to Bernie Ward.
yeah, Bernie Ward. And I went there. She took me there to weigh in and shit, and I was like a couple pounds overweight, so I couldn't get on the team. So her thing of making me lose weight was, hey, I'm gonna sit in this car. You hold on to the mirror. We gonna go around the block. So I ended up losing weight, losing a few pounds,
Wait, hold
getting
on,
on the
real quick.
team.
Was that say, what you did? What you
I
did?
had to hold on to the mirror, man, while she coached, man. You know what I'm saying? Just to run a little bit to try
Yeah,
to try to burn out that extra a little weight I had.
yeah.
But that's the only thing I did, man. I played football, man. That one year, we went to the championship, won, the little rec trophy or whatever. But I wasn't really into sport. I liked the sports, but I wasn't really into sports.
What were you into?
Man, I was into everything but sports, and I was, I was. It depends on what age you're talking about.
Right now, I'm thinking like 8 to 10 years old right
Eight
now.
to 10 years old, man, I was outdoor climbing trees, in the trees. You know what I'm saying? Doing the typical thing that a child would do. But back then, they go outside. I was
Yeah.
more of an outdoor kid. I'd rather be outside than be in the house.
Wait, I know you said you just recently lost weight. You said you was big your whole life. Did that play an effect to like why you might have acted out or did things like people like tease you for being big or?
No, man. I actually, man, when I was bigger, everything was better, man. I had a lot of women back then, fat boy. I mean, you jive on me. You know what I'm saying? I jive you out. So a lot of people didn't really mess with me. I allow people to say what they want to say, you know, about me or whatever. But a lot of that didn't really affect me. But when I get ready to get it out, it always want to be a fight afterwards. But it's okay for you to say things to me. But when I say stuff to cut you, you want to fight. But you done call me everything under the sun fat. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So, but just something that stuck with me through life. So it ain't nothing that I ain't heard, a fat joke I ain't heard about myself. So it's nothing that really can hurt me.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I want to kind of fast forward to like I know you're from here. Middle school. What middle school you went to?
I went to Morgan Road Middle School.
Oh, okay. What was that like? How was that like for you? What would you like
Man,
there?
that joint was like, man, I don't know, man, like East Side High almost, But it was. I wasn't traded for nothing. Just the experience there.
Yeah.
I wasn't traded for nothing. I was a class clown. You know what I'm saying? I went to school to go to lunch and do shit like that, you know. But I was a class clown. But it was some good teachers that I ran into. A lot of people I met, and a lot of people I transferred with over to Glen Hills High School.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a great school, man.
But was it the same like how it is now? Like, was it like neighborhoods, like fighting and stuff like that back in Morgan Road when you was there? Or?
Yeah, it was typical. Like I don't know what school like nowadays. I can see a little bit if I decide to stroll on Facebook. I read little stories and shit, but it wasn't all that gun. Now you know, it'll be a fight here too. You know, just normal kids, but we ain't have access to what a lot of kids got access to now in school. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a little bit different, but it was still fights. You know what I'm saying? I ain't get involved with none of that. I ain't had them type of problems where I needed to fight somebody. Somebody wanted to fight me.
During your middle school year, like, were you getting in trouble at all? Like, I mean, in school and outside, like school and law. Like,
I was not law wise, but school wise, man. Like I said, I was a class clown. I wanted to see people laugh, you know, knock people off their lesson or whatever they doing. So I got in trouble a lot, man. It was I was in school suspension a lot. You know, my mom and my daddy used to have to come to the school, teacher conferences and stuff like that. But like I said, I was hard-headed, man. I was.
Your siblings the same way? Your siblings?
No.
Like, did your parents ever just wonder, like, yo, why are you acting out like, and not them?
I don't know, man. I think my mom did and my dad did. But my dad used to always tell me, he told me one time, he was like, well, you'll never be able to go in the army. And I was like, why? He told him some call. You don't like nobody to tell you what the hell to do. You know what I'm saying? I sat back, I thought about it, like, yeah, that shit is true. Like, I really don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know.
All right, and then so like at this time, you know, going through before you get to Glen Hills and you're in middle school, you still don't have like you're still not in the sport. You just kind of just doing your own thing. You in your own lane. Like you just outside girls, whatever the case may be. What anything changed when you get to high school for you?
No, man, ain't nothing really changed, man. It was high school, man. It was like a circus for me, you know. I was in class or went in class. You know, I sold a lot of weed back then, you know, in high school.
Yeah.
You know. So I was basically there to get money. You know what I'm saying? And I used to eat that lunch, not high school lunch, but I used to try to be on all 3 lunches. You know what I'm saying?
You went to school for lunch for real?
No, not really lunch, but high school.
Yeah, just to chill, because that's what making money.
I was a fat boy, so I did eat. And I, you know, asked for extra things too. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna deny that. But in high school, man, I was kind of like in the world. You know what I'm saying? I was after the dollar. I was there doing work, but I wasn't where I was passing. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't dumb. It was just, I was just on getting money. You know what I'm saying?
This is a curiosity question. Like, how'd that work? You said y'all 2 years apart.
Mm-hmm.
So in high school, you went to the same high school your sister then?
With my sister, when I came in, I can't remember what year it is, but she graduated in 96. I was supposed to graduate in 99. But I think she was there, man. I can't really remember. But
you ain't think like, okay, I'm in high school, I'm selling drugs, and I got my sister at school with me. She might tell my parents?
Nah, I wasn't even thinking like that. I was too young to even think that far. Too dumb to even think that far. You know what I'm saying? But I was getting work from my brother who was in college at the time. Him not, well, he knew but didn't know. So I was getting a little stuff, and you know, I get my mom and be like, Mama, you know, you'll take me to A1 Mini Mall. Back in the days, used to be like the inside flea market, and they used to sell these little plastic bags. You know, you put your little weed, little drugs in, or whatever. So I used to stuff them things with that weed and burn the end of it. And I used to have these sacks, right? Get to school early in the morning. I had this one particular dude, he probably gonna watch this. But man, he used to hit me all the time, man, for homeroom. You know, I had these nice little sacks, fat little $5 joints. He always used to hit me, man, look, man, I got it, man, but I need $1.10 for lunch and I got a cigar. So it was multiple days to where I ain't getting $5, I'm really getting $2.50 to $3. So I got tired of it, man. I told my mom again, I need to go down to A1. I went back and got some smaller $3 sacks. Man, I came back with them $3 sacks on him, man. You should have seen how his head dropped. I was like, yeah, you won't get me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Just throw backwards on. So you said middle school, you kind of was doing your own thing. At what point do you make the decision to start making money selling weed? And were you smoking it at that time too?
Yeah, man, I got caught smoking in my grandma's bathroom when I was 12 years old. Yeah. Just didn't know that the weed smell travel like that. So everybody, uncles, grandma, my mama, everybody, my cousins. So I go in the bathroom, and my uncle Beanie, he was he was the heavy user of the
hmm
family. So I used to see him with the tops papers and shit. So I had got me a little tops paper, and I go in the bathroom. So I'm thinking the bathroom the perfect spot for it. So I go in the bathroom, act like I'm taking a dump or whatever, and I'm in the tub smoking, but I'm blowing the weed out, the smoke out the window. So I'm sitting in there smoking, smoking, smoking. All of a sudden, I hear doom, 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 doom at the door. It's my mama. She like, boy, you in there smoking? And I'm like, nah, I'm using the bathroom. Give me a minute. Let me wash my tail or whatever. So I'm in there acting like I'm washing my tail. I'm flushing the toilet, all that shit, shutting the window. She come in there, finally open up the door. And she ended up calling my uncle the same, one, my Uncle Beanie. He came up there. I'm looking at him like, bro, please don't tell her this, that weed smell. So he was like, yeah, that weed. Long story short, man, she took me back home, man. Told my ass up, man. I'm talking about, she beat me so bad the way it was one of them cries to where 2 hours later you still. So, yeah, man, it's just something that I just got into, I
Yeah.
just started selling, man. And then I was liking a little money, able to get my girlfriend at the time, buy her school clothes, put rings on every one of her fingers. So it felt good. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
What was that like? Like I'm asking because it's the '90s, of course, and like
Mm.
you mentioned, this is just funny now because it's like throwback, $5 bags and
Mm-hmm.
I guess back then dime nickel bags, which is not even a thing no more.
Right.
Think this is just a question now. I'm gonna still do the story, but like, did you ever think we would be? I don't know if you smoke anything like now, but like, where we be at now with like people not buying $10 and $5 like weed no more.
Yeah.
It's like 30 or better, 50
Yeah,
or better.
yeah. I mean, you still probably got somebody out there, nickel and diming like that. But man, I'm so far gone from the streets now, man. Like the price is changing. It's
hmm
plentiful out there now. Back during my hate time, outside of high school, you probably can get a nice little joint for like 300-400. But nowadays you probably can get your little Zippo for $1.25. And the change is plentiful. So
Yeah,
after a while, it's gonna be you know, inexpensive really across the world because it's gonna be in stores. Yeah.
yeah. All right, and so like, what came with that with you? Like, as far as the selling the drugs, well, marijuana rather, during high school, like, did that get you in trouble? Did your parents find out?
Man, I got in trouble, man, one time, man. Um, Actually, it was Young Jeezy's dad. It was like the Navy teacher or whatever at Glen Hills, and used to be a officer by the name of Officer Austin. And man, I was downstairs by the gym in the bathroom. He came in, caught me, doing my little thing versus him telling my mom. My sister was working at back then. It was Hardee's where Popeye's at by Walmart. So she was working up there. So
That used to be a Hardee's?
yeah, it used to be a
Wow, I didn't know
Hardee's.
that.
Yeah, before the Popeye, used to be a Hardee's, and she was like a little shift lead up there. So
Got you.
she kind of spreaded it to him. But my peoples already knew, going back to when I was 12 years old, smoking in the house. My mama tore my ass up. 2 days later, I finally saw my grandma. And my grandma was like, boy, if you're doing something, you don't want nobody to know you're doing it, you don't need to be doing it. So I looked at her, I'm like, man, grandma, I smoke weed. She was like, well, gave me the look like, nigga, I know now. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man. So I learned a lot from that. I did a lot, but that's just that situation from high school kind of stemmed over to my adult life.
Yeah. So you said you didn't finish one hill. You didn't
No,
finish
man,
one.
I left. I dropped out, man, in the ninth grade. You know, I just was into the streets. Just wanted to. I was born and raised here in Augusta, Georgia, but I was also raised in Georgetown and also raised in Apple Valley. So Apple Valley back then, all my partners was in the streets, and all of them was out of school. So I kind of wanted to be out of school too. So I kind of, drifted off to doing that. Even though I had my mom and my dad in the same household,
Yeah.
it was sort of like, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink it. They did everything right. I kind of went my own direction.
But I guess I'm curious, like, what kind of if at all, if any at all, what kind of conversation did y'all have? Like, was your dad like upset with you, stressed? Like, did he try to? Was he stressed out with the decisions you was making? Did he try like to get you to like not be in the streets? Like,
No, I mean, he knew, but he didn't know. You know, I know he used to tell me all the time because I was zoned for Butler, staying in Apple Valley, but I was going to Glen Hills, and he used to tell me like, "Boy, I'm not finna be going all the way across this highway, and you failing. You can go right there to Butler." But it wasn't really. It was like he knew, but he didn't know. So it wasn't really nothing he can really say about it because I was so secretive with it.
yeah.
Just tried to move real different.
Looking back at it now, and I don't just asking like, would there something is there something you would change in your parents' approach to how they approach what you had going on? Do you
Nah.
think they could have done anything different to
I
steer
mean,
you a different direction?
they probably could have, taught say you don't need to do this, you don't need to do that, but I was hard headed. I was gonna do what I want to do anyway. You know what I'm saying? And I'm kind of glad that it happened that way. I learned a lot. I ain't got no felony charges, I ain't got no drug charges, nothing like that. It just was based off the way I moved and the people I dealt with and who I had in my circle. Well, I avoided all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said you dropped out in ninth grade. So you only did 1 year at Glen Hills, or you just was in
Man, I
ninth grade
did
when you
like
dropped
a
out?
year and a half. Yeah, yeah. I just went on and left. I don't even remember how many credits I had. Actually, my daddy got tired of taking me over to Glen Hills from Apple Valley, so he made me go to Butler. And back then I had my same old school car I got now. Used to drive to Butler, but man, Butler had different rules from Glen Hills. You couldn't wear earrings at Butler. So I had this one principal named Dr. Yarborough, a white guy, slender looking dude. Man, he used to like get me every morning, take your earrings out. And I ain't want to take my earrings out. So it was either take my earrings out or go to in-school suspension. So I decided to go to in-school suspension. But every day I walked to school, I would flip my earrings inside out. I put the stud on the inside, the earring back on the front. Hopefully, you don't see it. But still, I got in trouble. Couldn't avoid them. And then
Why you didn't just put it in your pocket until you got in class?
I'm hard-headed. I wanted to do what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to do what I wanted to do. Even though they had their rules, I still wanted to do what I wanted to do. But
Got you.
But yeah, I was in school suspension a lot, and what really made me leave there, man, there was a lot of it was just different going from Glen Hill to Butler with all these rules. Then like one day I was in school suspension for something, and back then you used to have to write the whole rule book, and I had to use the bathroom or something, and the little dude wouldn't let me use the bathroom. Shit, I'm thinking, where the portable was at, it was out there where you park your cars
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
Man, I got tired, man. I got tired of riding. I jumped in the car, slid out, left Butler, went to the house after school hours. Then I got to the house and I told my mama, she had got real, real sick. And she couldn't talk, couldn't walk. She had Lou Gehrig disease, ALS. It's a disease that breaks down your nervous system. So I told her, like, Mama, like, I'm gonna withdraw myself from school. Daddy wasn't trying to hear that shit. So I was like, I'm gonna withdraw myself from school. So I ended up withdrawing myself from school. The day I withdrew myself from school, I started at Augusta Tech. And I went to Augusta Tech, but it's just something about the classroom being locked up and the doors being closed. So it was many times to where I would go on our little lunch break and I wouldn't come back. Book bag still in there. I only went like on Tuesdays and Thursdays or some shit like that. But school just went for me, man.
Well, what was your mom's reaction to you saying that?
When I told her I was finna withdraw from school, like I say, she was losing the nerves in her tongue, so she couldn't talk. So it was more like a fussy type thing. And I was like, well, shit, I'm withdrawing myself. I already signed myself up, GED, whoop, 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 whoop. So, which was true. But I ended up withdrawing myself and getting up out of there. And I went to the GED classes, but like I say, I ended up dropping out of there too. Not that I'm dumb or anything. I took the GED test, and I failed math by 5 points. Everything else I passed. But you have to think, when I dropped out of school, I was in the ninth grade. Only thing I saw was general math. I ain't know nothing about algebra, geometry. So when I got to the part on the GED test with a letter, what the hell a letter doing that? Like, what the hell this letter mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, what number is this letter? And man, I just couldn't get that letter right. So I ended up, fell in the math part by 5 points. And I got a little discouraged and kind of stepped away from it. And was, working, doing my thing. Then I went and took it a second time and failed it again, the math part. So I was just like, you know what? Boom, I'm good. I just started working, lying on my applications, high school diploma, GED type shit, and I got some Fortune 500 company jobs that took me a long way, and I learned a lot from them.
So, like, I mean, this talking about the withdrawing part. So you said your dad wasn't trying to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Was this something you was telling him you wanted to do? Like, before you did it, were you telling your people, I don't want to be in school, I want to just drop out?
Yeah, I told him that I wanted to go get my GED. I knew school wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? Not that I was, I could read, I can write. It just, I don't know what it was. It just wasn't for me. So I kind of wanted to just get my GED and just do my own thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you do after that? Like, so because you failed the GED twice, so what did you do?
I just started working. Got me a job. I was 18, so I got me a job. Actually, I had got my first job. I was 18 years old. I lied to my mama. I was working at Ray's Coastal Cafe in a little restaurant, washing dishes. And I used to tell her, like, Mom, I'm finna go play football. But I was plugged in with the lunch tray dude. I was serving him weed at school. So he would take me to work, pick me up from work, drop me back off at the house. So, I eventually ended up telling my mom, like, look, Ma, I ain't been out playing football. I got a job. It was to run down. You don't need a job. You need to focus on school, this, that, and the third. But I kind of wanted to have my own money.
You said that was like at 18, but you dropped out at 16, right?
No, I dropped out. I had to be probably about 17 and a half, right at 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah. Because I got kept back in 8th grade.
Okay. So you spent more than 3 years in Morgan Road then.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
When I have to ask this question now. When you got kept back, how'd you feel?
Man, it made me feel like shit. But at the same time, there wasn't nobody to blame but me. You know what I'm saying? It hurt to see them, go ahead and stuff like that. But, it was a lesson learned, man. It was a lesson learned. And I actually, when I got kept back, it was like I met my middle school sweetheart, you know what I'm saying, back then. And we was together 10, 11 years up to 20, 21, somewhere around there, you know what I'm saying? But, it was me, the class clown, playing, and that's where it got me.
Like, during this time, like, was there anybody that, like, never put you to the side and said, yo, like, you got to take life seriously? Like, you're not taking life serious enough?
My daddy used to say it all the time. You play a lot. You think everything a game. You think shit funny, But, man, like I say, just a kid, didn't know no better, hard-headed. All of that was kind of in and out, Yeah.
So I guess talk about, so you drop out of school, you still, I guess, selling weed at the...
Yeah, a little bit, yep.
So what's your main source of income at this point? What are you doing? Are you staying with your mom? Are you living by yourself?
No, I was staying with my parents. Like I said, I was working. I was working. I started working restaurant jobs. Actually, I had that restaurant job. I was about 16, 17 years old. Because when I turned 18, I left there and went into the factory. That's when I started working at World Color, working 7 days a week, 12, 16 hours a day. So I went to the warehouse, stacking books, driving forklifts and stuff.
You like that though?
Man, I ain't gonna say I liked it or loved it, man, but the money was good at my age, So it was good. I worked a lot, 7 days a week, and but it taught me a lot, It taught me a lot.
I guess I asked that question about, like, did you like it a lot? Because you pretty much dropped out of school and then you start working 7 days a week. At any point, you be like, I could have just finished school. I could have just stayed at school.
Nah, I ain't gonna say no point of that ran by me at all. I just knew school wasn't for me. But when that point did run by me, when I had my daughter started going to school. But I always told myself, damn, I'm gonna get my GED before my daughter graduate. Shit, she done graduated, I still ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a procrastinator, I'm a last minute person. That shit I got to work on within.
Yeah.
But it just seemed like, man, once like school is, I'm not, condoning dropping out or not getting your high school diploma. But man, I'd had some of the best jobs without a high school diploma. You know, I make more than some of the teachers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, school just want everything. People like, you need to go to school, you need to get this, you need to get that. But my thing is, man, like, I can stand next to you with your education and be a sponge and soak up what you know and do research on, and I could do it myself. So I said that to say this: I got a job at AT&T, and it was the toughest hiring process I ever had in my life. Checking my email 22 times a day, see what they saying. My biggest thing, I'm worried about the no high school diploma type thing. So, that screening part come up, and, they asked about my high school diploma. And at this time, I was working at a tire warehouse. And man, I remember just that voice from that lady was like, okay, one more thing, we need your high school diploma. So I lied to him, like, yeah, I had a storage unit, it burnt up in the storage unit, I kind of lost it, you know what I'm saying? But at the back end of it, it was all in God's hand. God took care of me. So once he took care of it and was able to give me that job and him blessing me, I just felt like my job was to get to the smartest person or the person that had the most knowledge on that job. And I stood next to them like a sponge. A lot of shit I didn't know, I wrote it down when I got home. I YouTubed it and Googled it, kind of educated myself. So when I left AT&T after 2.5, 3 years, when I left, I was like number 5 on the team. And my supervisor was like, why you leaving? But my entire time there, I didn't like the job. The money was real, real good. Only reason why I did it was for a resume builder in case my car wash failed. You know what I'm saying?
Well, how long? Well, I guess when did you start the car wash? Like what year? When was this?
Man, I've been washing cars going on 28 years.
All right, so
But
I'm glad. So let me go back a little bit then. Let me go back a little bit before I got the car wash thing. So I know you said you didn't really enjoy quote unquote the AT&T thing. Did you enjoy like when you were selling marijuana? Was that something you enjoyed doing?
that was cool. That was a way to make money. You know what I'm saying? And connect with certain people. I ain't gonna say it was cool, but it was what I did to get a few dollars in my pocket.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And then okay, so you graduate. I mean, you drop out of school. You don't get your DD, but at some point you say I want to start my own business.
Yeah.
What got you into washing cars? Let's start there.
All right, what got me into washing cars, man? I was a victim of a stabbing. I don't talk about it too funny, but I got stabbed 10 times in my back with a screwdriver by a close friend. Um, and, I was in ICU 8, 9 days, emergency surgery 8 to 10 hours, hospital total 16 days. And when I got out, I couldn't lift no more than like a gallon jug of milk. So, my girl at the time, she worked at the hospital. So before she goes, she'll fix me little cups of drinks and stuff, that I could pick up. But me being who I am, I always wanted to work. I always saw my granddad at work. I always saw my dad at working. So I always wanted to work. So I was staying in Cedarwood, off of Dean's Ridge Road.
Yeah.
And I told her, like, I want to get me a job. Like, I need to find me a job. I can't sit in this house. I'm just sitting in the house playing NBA Live all day. I had to play the 82-game season in one day. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I can't be sitting in this house like that.
Real quick, how old were you?
When I got stabbed, man, I was 21 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yep, I was 21 years old. So I had her to take me down to the Acura dealership. And I'll never forget the service manager's name, Ken. And I was like, hey, yo, man, I need a job. Like, I told him my story, like, I got stabbed. I can't live no more than this. Like, I just need a job. I'm used to working. So, he had me what I got stabbed behind and all that. When I told him, it was just so funny to him in a good way. You know what I'm saying? So I started vacuuming out cars with Acura of Augusta. And it kind of trickled to me leaving Acura of Augusta, going with my mentor, Glenn Johnson, down at the old fire station on MLK. And left there and went to the Lexus dealership, worked there for a little while, and it was just something that I knew I could do,
Yeah.
But I ended up quitting Lexus, and then I went back into like the warehouse driving forklift type thing.
So kind of bouncing around some car dealerships.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you want to, but like you mentioned that the guy said he found it funny. Was the story funny to you about why you got stabbed? Like,
No, it wasn't really funny, man. But when I told him what I got stabbed behind, it was a macaroni dish. It was a macaroni dish that my mama left, that she cooked macaroni and cheese every Sunday. So this particular individual, man, like I used to have bags come in and we'll sit down at the table and, sack it up and I'd give him a little something, for helping me and stuff. And he had like I want to say a little Bonneville or Malibu, photo Malibu, and I had my baby blue Cutlass. So we used to take turns riding and shit. So this particular day we rode in my car. And before we turned in our neighborhood, some little females hollering. He was like, man, I don't know if it's you or this powder blue Cutlass, that got, women after you like that. And it just didn't register right with me. But he ended up stabbing me like 2 days after he said that. But it stemmed from the macaroni dish or the macaroni and cheese I baked for his little girl or daughter-in-law at that time or whoever she was. It started from that. So it went from me giving them calls to asking them, like, yo, what's going on? What's up with the dish? So I'm down in Sunset Villa, one of the little trap spots or whatever, talking to my homeboy Terry. And he comes from, they had the big side and the small side. So he come from the small side. I'm on the big side. So when I see him, I'm like, yo, hey, what's up, my nigga? Like, what's up with that dish? And when he heard me, he saw it with me, he was like, fuck you and that dish. Now I look like, bro, you saying like fuck my mama, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So that ain't sit well with me. So I kind of squared up the fight, man, and kind of turned my head. I saw a quick little flick. And I just remember my whole body collapsed. He was stabbing me. I just didn't know what I was getting stabbed with. You know what I'm saying? So he hit me a good about 10 times in the back. It was a struggle. My homeboy Terry thought we was fighting over there. So I told Terry, like, yo, bro, like, come get this nigga out, man. This nigga stabbing me. So Terry ran over there and pulled him off me. But yeah, I'm kind of scarred up behind that. Still traumatized. That's why I don't go out. I don't hang around nobody. I don't like nobody behind me, Yeah.
I gotta stand there for a minute because I don't want to just brush past it. I feel like it's wrong to do so. I'm assuming y'all was no longer friends after that.
Say that again now.
I'm assuming you guys were no longer friends after that.
No, man, no friends at all. Actually, man, he stabbed me up, and I was finna jump at my Cutlass, but he stabbed the tires on my car, so I couldn't go nowhere. So I had to take off running down Essex McIntyre. So I'm running, he running behind me. So, I'm telling I'm turning around from the square with me, pull the screwdriver back out. So I'm telling, like, man, drop the screwdriver, bro. I can't fight you and that screwdriver. You know what I'm saying? So I see he wasn't going to drop it and he getting closer to me. I just took off running a little bit more. But as I'm running, the good Lord speak to me. It's like, get down on one knee, go down. And as soon as I went down, a car pulled up. And she let the window down. Name was Amanda. She said, Peabo, you want to go to the hospital? I just looked at her and said, yeah. I remember her getting out the car, putting me in the back seat, closing the door, and smashing out. So as I'm going to the hospital, I'm out. I'm in and out. Little bits and pieces like that I seen, like different lights and stuff that I seen. But I remember asking the Lord, like, I ain't did nothing to nobody. It ain't my time to go. So when I seen like Circle K that's on the corner by MCG. I blanked out from there. When I woke back up, I seen emergency letters up there. And the doctors come out, she running there. All the doctors come out. Doctors come to the car. I was like, hey, you need help getting out? I was like, yeah. So when they got me out, they was pulling me. So I was like, no, I get myself out. So I ended up using my own strength, getting myself out. I remember sitting down in that wheelchair, man. I'm rolling through the hospital. They calling all doctors. We got a trauma patient coming in. But man, he stabbed me up, bro. Yeah, he messed me up. It was a time and something that I'll never, ever forget. I want to forgive him. If I see him, I probably will forgive him, tell him that. But deep down inside, I want that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he tried to take me away, bro.
I just feel like it wasn't that deep. I feel like it was, unless it was something more than,
It
you
had to be more of an anger issue on his side, something going on in his
I
life.
mean, had you had fought before? Had you ever
Nah,
like had any
no
issues?
no problems at all.
Was he somebody that would fight other people all the time, or?
I don't really know, man. I really couldn't tell you. Like I say, I met him through the neighborhood apartment complex we stayed in. We just kind of clicked, kind of same kind of G-body cars, just different models, same type, smoking weed, chilling type shit. So that's kind of how we linked. But, he probably had some other issues going on.
He never. So, but this is. I'm asking because this is somebody that clearly. I'm assuming they know your parents. They know your folks.
Oh no, he didn't know.
So
he
he just happened to have the dish.
No. He just happened. I had the dish at my apartment from when my mom passed. That was something that my sister probably got the cheese grater. I got the pan. My little brother got dish, and I got that. The macaroni dish was something I got, but it just meant a lot to me because that was what she cooked our macaroni and cheese in on Sunday.
So it wasn't even macaroni itself. It was a dish.
It was the dish, just the old dish.
And he took it.
Yeah, no, he didn't take it. I gave it to him for the birthday party.
And you needed it back.
And he didn't return it. And
you wanted it because it was something your mom might have passed already.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's messed up.
Yeah, so when I finally seen him, that's when he bopped off.
And he said, F you in that dish, and you took it as F my mom.
Like that's my mom. I still ain't get the dish back. I thought I lost my life. I still ain't got
the dish. Did he
back.
know that was, hey, look, this is my mom's dish?
I told him when I handed it to him, I said, man, no matter what you do, man, I need this dish back. You know what I'm saying? Back then, I ain't know nothing about the Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, get little aluminum foil pans, shit like that. But, yeah, man, I learned a valuable lesson. I started cooking macaroni and cheese for people for years. You know what I'm saying? I just stopped doing that. So.
But I just find it strange. Like the person, nobody ever, it never brought up again. Like as far as like, oh, I seen such and such, or such and such said, tell you he apologized, or
no, it wasn't nothing like that, man. I remember,
because you said a friend was there, a guy named Terry.
Yeah, Terry, yeah, but just Terry used to tell me little shit, that he said, but man, it was really bullshit. You tried to take me out. He tried to stab me in my neck with a screwdriver. I ended up throwing my shoulder, and to this day, I got a mark right here where the screwdriver hit my shoulder, blocking my neck. But man, I saw him one time, and that was at AutoZone on Milledgeville Road. So when I saw him, I'm coming out the store, he going in the store. So man, I got like chills, bro. I can't even describe it. Like I got chills. Like I sat in the car. I'm finna get him. He finna go through what I went through type shit. You know what I'm saying? So man, I'm sitting in the car, waiting on him to come out. He ain't never come out. The police pull up. Tell me I gotta leave off the property because someone in there called and said they ain't supposed to be within 100 feet of me. So he ended up calling the police on me. So that day, man, I prayed to the good Lord, man, like, please don't let me see him. Don't let me see. I ain't saw him since that day, and it been years, and I don't want to see him.
I guess, did you have to file a restraining order against him or something?
No, that shit was done through the court. It was done through the court. But no, me personally, I ain't filed none on him. But through that time, man, of him stabbing me, he put 2 warrants on me. Said I pointed a pistol at his sister. Said I pointed a pistol at his old lady. And they was locking me up. And I'm going to the courthouse, getting, turning myself in at 401 with stitches and shit still in me. So back then, Watkins was the judge. Every time I went to court, he never came. So I told Judge Watkins, like, look, man, he called bodily injury to me, man. Like, you think if I pull a gun and point it after what he did, he wouldn't be able to put a warrant on me. You know what I'm saying? Just being real with him. And they throw the charges out. You know what I'm saying? But it was just the bitch ass shit that he was doing.
Did he have to do time behind that
man,
situation?
They gave him like 4 years. And he only did like 2 or some shit like that. Had to pay like $200,000 restitution of my doctor's bill, but that shit still followed me.
But I guess how that worked? Like because you falling in and out of hospital, so are the cops coming to you in the hospital, or do they just know because they outside and somebody said he did it? No,
what happened was when I went back into the emergency surgery thing, I was in a room full of doctors and they was asking me questions, but I was in and out. So when they was asking me questions, you can either type in my name on Google and you will see that the news, Augusta Chronicle, said I was stabbed behind a plate of macaroni. Macaroni got a lot of syllables. both of my lungs collapsed. Me trying to say macaroni, I just couldn't get everything out. So they just put in the paperwork, macaroni got stabbed behind macaroni. But I remember going out, man. Just don't know where I was at. Just was a dark spot. And I remember waking up one day and investigator Chu was standing next to the bed. He kind of asked some questions and stuff. So that's kind of sort of how police got involved.
What do you think he was mad about that?
Who, the guy that stabbed me?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if he was mad or what. But shit, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you.
Dang, that's wild. Man, over a pan.
Man, over a pan. Over a pan, bro. I like to lost my life over a macaroni dish, bro.
Okay, and so, but the silver lining to that though is that's kind of how you got introduced to the cars.
Mm-hmm.
In some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, that's how I started detailing cars. I always, watched my mom car, my dad car in the yard, but actually getting into detailing, vacuum out, learning the insides and out of it was basically through that stabbing. So it was like a blessing and a curse at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
So I want to go back a little bit because I know you said the plate was it meant a lot to you because your mom passed. So at what age did your mom pass away?
Man, my mom passed 6 days for my 18th birthday. That was in 1999. It was tough, man. I was hard-headed, didn't listen, talk back. And she passed, bro, and that was tough, man, right before my 18th birthday. You know, your 18th birthday like a staple off.
Yeah.
So it was kind of tough, man, and I didn't get to celebrate my 18th birthday because they tried to have her funeral on my birthday. So I told them either a day before or a day after, and they had it the day after my birthday.
What was that like? Like, what was that feeling like? You know, it's a mom, so you know.
Man, it was tough. I still don't think I properly grieved from it. You know what I'm saying? But it was definitely tough, man, just to see her. But she used to tell me, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone, type shit. But when I found out she was gone, all that stuff that she said kind of played back. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely miss her. Now I see what she's saying. Now I be saying little stuff like that to my daughter. So I tell her, all right, you gonna miss me when I'm gone now. She don't be trying to hear that though.
Nah, I think it's a wisdom thing too. I think as life go on, you start to realize that your parents was trying to tell you stuff to help you when they no longer here. You know what I'm saying as well. And so you said before your 18th birthday, your mom ended up. What did that do family wise? Like your dad. I know you said your dad did never remarried. So
he never did remarry, but my dad he real solid. He real secretive. He don't talk much. So he more was the rock of the thing. You know what I'm saying? It hurt all of us. It affected all of us down still to this day. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it hurt all of us, man. It hurt all of us. But my daddy had to be strong for us. So it was he probably dealt with it in a different way behind doors.
Well, could you guys? It says for y'all. So like, what did your family, like your siblings, say like when you got stabbed out? Like, what was their reaction to it?
Man, it was they was hurt. They was crying. Trying to figure out how, why, what. You know what I'm saying? They were right there by my side. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't talk, but I can see that they was there. It hurt my oldest brother a little bit more because I want to say he was out of town or something. And he kind of knew the dude family who stabbed me, so he kind of wanted to retaliate and, go do things like that, But he was real upset.
And that's why I guess I wanted to ask that too before I move on. And of course, like, what was it about you that you think the guy that did stab you feared or felt that he felt the need to lie on you about certain things?
Man, I don't know. I think it was more of a like, dang, they got this charge on me. I'm gonna try to get this charge on him type thing. But true enough, I did have me a pistol, but I had a 4.5. Shit, I couldn't even lift it to point it at nobody if I wanted to point it at somebody. You know what I'm saying? It was too heavy for me at that time. But I think it was more like he wanted. Like, it was a lot of stuff he said, man. I punched him first, so I was finna hit him with a bottle. all types of stuff, he said to try to make it look like it was my fault and he was basically defending himself. But I had my back turned, man, when he stabbed me. He hit me right here in this muscle control,
Yeah.
the whole side. And man, he just was jugging at me. So
Just out of curiosity, now, I'm just have to ask questions. I'm paying attention. You said the guy that was there thought y'all was fighting, like he didn't think to break it up, like.
no, actually he was on one side of the car, we was on the other side of the car. Where it started behind the car. But when he stabbed me, if you know Sunset Villa, got oil spots real heavy in front of the front doors down there. So I kept slipping in the oil spot. So when I ran around the opposite side of the car, the blind side of the car, Terry ain't know we was fighting. He just thought we was over there bullshit wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
But when I hollered out, Terry, yo, this nigga over here stabbing me, that's when I saw he had a screwdriver. Terry came and got him up off me. You know what I'm saying? But he had it already stabbed me 7, 8, 9 times already. So.
Okay. Well, then from there you come out. You mentioned this too. I know you said you were like 21 when this happened. 21.
Yeah, 21. Yeah.
At the time you got stabbed, you said the person you was with kind of helped you at that time, right?
Yeah.
Did that affect your relationship as well? Like you getting stabbed up?
I won't really say it affected it. But she probably looked at like the way I was living, the things I was doing a little bit different. I wouldn't say it affected it because we still was together. We moved from that spot to another spot. You know what I'm saying? So she was there.
What was that hard? Because you and this guy lived in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, two apartments building separated from each other.
So was that hard for you, like living there after that happened?
No, because I was ready. I was looking for the action. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in fear or anything like that, but she wanted to move. You know what I'm saying? I stayed in building P, he stayed like an N. You know what I'm saying? But he was locked up. When they finally caught him, he was locked up,
Got you.
But I really just give that to God, man, because it was times to where, when I finally got up and I got out of ICU, after the 8th day, I couldn't walk. I couldn't bowel movement, couldn't do shit, man, just lay there. So I remember calling my grandma. My grandma ain't never seen her go to church a day in her life. So I called her this particular morning, and I was watching Sports Center. And I was like, Grandma, I get out of here. I'm gonna kill that nigga. My grandma was like, boy, shut up, boy, pray about it. And then, her saying that, not going to church, I'm like, pray about it.
Yeah.
Nah, grandma, I'm gonna get this nigga. She like, boy, pray about it. I was like, nah, grandma, I'm gonna get this nigga. Long story short, she say, just call me back later. He'll come to you. So boom, an hour and a half passed. I hit her back. Grandma ain't heard nothing. She said, boy, just wait a second. I say, after I hung up that phone, man, probably about an hour and a half later, man, God came to me, man, spoke to me. I couldn't walk. I couldn't sit up. I couldn't do nothing. I was laying up there in that bed, man, and God came to me. He said, I didn't know it was God at first. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a private room. I'm under John Doe. Don't nobody know my room number except for my immediate family. And I'm laying in the bed watching Sports Center, and I hear this voice say, sit up. I'm like, sit up. I'm looking, you know what I'm saying? I can't move much, so I'm looking, trying to look around the curtain to see who on the other side of the curtain. So I ain't hear the voice. So I kept watching Sports Center and shit. I heard the voice again, real soft, calm, sit up. I'm nervous again, heart racing, like, don't nobody know I'm in this room, you know what I'm saying? So I said to myself, I sat back, kind of nodded again. I was like, man, if I hear this voice again, I'm going to move on its command. So I heard the voice again, sit up. So I'm slowly sitting up. I get to the edge of the bed, not to the edge, but I'm able to sit up in the bed. And I knew it was him. He real. I knew it was him because he waited on the time for me to get myself together, to catch my breath. And at that moment when I had my breath, he would tell me the next thing to do. The next thing was to do was move your legs, swing your legs out the bed. So on that part, I didn't move on the first command. So I'm still trying to look at where it's coming from. So the second time he said it, I swung my legs out the bed. Like I say again, I knew it was God. I don't care what nobody say, God is real. He said it again, like, Swing your legs out the bed. I didn't hesitate. I swung my legs out the bed. I get to the edge of the bed, wait, gather my breath. I got this chest tube coming out of my chest on the right side. I had a total of 3 of them. It was 2 on the right, 1 on the left from my lungs collapsing and filling up
Mm-hmm.
with blood. So around that time, my 8th night there in the hospital, I was down to 1. So I get to the edge of the bed, hear this voice again. That's God again talking to me. And I sit up. No, he say down, stand up. So when I stood up, I ain't stood up and down in 10 days. So I'm kind of like on a wobbly end
Yeah,
of
yeah.
it. So once I get my balance, I look down at the machine, stand, about yay tall. So I'm like, damn, how the hell I'm gonna pick this up? I can't bend down. So I'm standing out and got my balance. And God came again, look at your hand. I looked at my hand. My birdie finger was my longest finger. So I kind of squatted it a little bit and hooked in the hook and picked it up. Once I got that, God said, now walk. I didn't take steps to get my feet off the ground. I slid my feet. Walked past the nurse station. My nurse said, Mr. Donaldson, what you doing? And I just looked back at her, man, and started smiling. She said, don't worry about it. Go ahead, you God's child. But man, God is good. I done did a lot of shit. Probably gonna do a lot more shit. But God is good. You know what I'm saying? He real, man. He kept me when nobody else was keeping me, man. So he definitely real.
What did that experience in the hospital like? How did that sit with you? Were you afraid to tell people what happened? Like, 'cause people trying to believe you or they think you're delusional. Were you afraid to tell people like that testimony of like?
I don't tell people that, man.
Wow.
Since that happened, it's probably about 7 or 8 people that I done told. But I need to tell it more. I'm writing it in the book. One day I'm gonna be a motivational speaker, but God is real. I done had some dog fucking days, like some dog fucking days, to where anything can go, anybody can go. But man, God kept me, man. So when you see me on Facebook quoting spiritual stuff, motivational stuff, I listen to nothing but gospel music and motivational stuff. So what you see me quote, that's what I hear. So I know if it helps me, it could probably help somebody else that's gonna read this. But I'm centered around God. The day before I got out the hospital, my daddy told me, he said, boy, I wasn't gonna tell you this. He said, you flatlined for 2 minutes and 47 seconds. He said, every day the church doors open up, you need to be there. That's what I did. I ain't been to church 5 or 6 years, but I listen to the Lord every day. I listen to different preachers throughout the world on YouTube every day, every morning. But I just know he real, man.
Where does, because you mentioned like of course depression and being depressed, having some dark days. Where do you think that stemmed from? Like,
man, I think it stemmed from multiple things, man. Failed relationship, me running 2 successful businesses alone, doing everything from the front door to the back. Um, a lot of childhood trauma from my mom passing. I lost a son at birth. It's a lot of stuff that I don't think I properly dealt with. And I overworked and overwhelmed myself. You know what I'm saying? But it's something that I'm glad that I recognize and something that I'm glad I can talk about now.
you say overworking yourself. Do you feel like you work a lot to try to escape thoughts or some form of escaping reality, maybe?
Man, I think I worked a lot because I saw my granddad and dad work a lot. But I also work a lot because the car wash does something to my mind. It's satisfying. It's satisfying to me. So it helps me out in more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? It helped me lose weight. I'm able to exercise. I'm able to make money. I'm working in my gift. So it just helped me out a whole lot.
When you first started the car wash, how'd you come up with the name for it?
Um, that next level name, man, I came up. It was real easy because I always looked at it, man, like I've been cleaning the car for so long, man. Like it ain't hard. I just have to really just be there. My chemicals do all the work. I pay good money for it, so it do all the work. But how I came up with the name was thought about this name, I thought about that name, but next level wrong instantly. And I say next level because you might have a little Rico or something with Juju Shine. Next level is next level above Juju Shine. Then you got Rico Rolling Wheels Mobile Detailing. I just felt like I'm next level, regardless of what they business or what they establishment call. I'm next level.
Right.
So I just say this is what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. And it's still next level over everything. You know?
And you've been doing this for, you said how long?
27 going on 28 years.
So
Washing cars.
So you started about 98, yeah, 98, 99,
Yeah,
something like that?
when I got stabbed and mom passed in 99. I started really washing cars like outside of like my parents' car and my personal cutlass and stuff like that. I started like washing cars probably right around 2001, 2002, somewhere around there.
Got you.
Well, yeah, like, you know, for businesses and stuff, working a job like that.
Yeah. How were you or how are you able to make that, like do that as far as like just, cause you do other things too, but as far as your sole income, cause that seems like it's a hard job to.
Man, it is, man. It's real physical, man.
And there's so many car washes out there.
Yeah,
like.
I just make it look easy. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard, man. And now I'm finna be 45, you know what I mean, in February. And I'm getting older and stuff, but I feel still like I can do it but I feel it, certain parts of my body, I feel it, but I know I still can outdo some of them, the younger guys up under me. You know what I'm saying? But I just got into it, bro, and it's like I don't want to stop it, you know, but I know eventually if I want to take it to the next level, I got 2 guys that work with me. You know, one worked with me on the weekend, then I called one, you know, throughout the week. But then I got some other detailing partners. Got Andrew, he run attention to detail. Got Sid, he run Cats detailing. Got Terrell, Gilchrist, a couple of them guys I deal with, but I don't fool with them car wash dudes like that. Not outside of my clique.
Yeah.
I don't really deal with the other people like that. I met with Brody, and Brody talk on a regular, you know. So it's a lot of people that I deal with on that car wash, but not that I don't deal with.
Yeah. Like what advice could you give people that's thinking about doing that business? Like,
man, I say just start. I mean, there's money in it. You know, sometimes, you know, I have people saying I'm the best and I'm the GOAT, but I always say, you know, I do my best. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to belittle nobody that's looking up to me because I started in the driveway with a water hose. I went from the water hose and bucket to the van. No, I went to the car. I was working out of the trunk of my car, so it's steps that I took. So I can't down talk this man because I done been where he was at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I would say it's something good to do, but don't do it for the money. You know what I'm saying? Do it for the love. If you're doing it for the love, the job is going to look the way you want it to look. When you're doing it for the money, you just really just showing up, just doing something.
Yeah, you know? I can see that. What's some things you had to learn? Like, because I feel like when you're doing something, especially for 20 plus years, it's obvious, you know, you've made your name, you kind of got your core audience as far as people that's going to always call you to come wash their cars, your customers, your loyal customers. What you learn as far as like even with chemicals, like, okay, I like this over that. Yeah. I like this for that. This color car and this kind of, I like this for that. Like, how do you know chemical wise what to use and what to put on them?
Man, just trial and error over the years, but really working up under my mentor, Glenn Johnson. When I left the Acura dealership, I went work for him. I learned a lot from him, and he always used to tell me, you know, you got to find one thing that can do everything on a car that you need, and you'll be a bad motherfucker. Like right now, I don't got all the bottles sitting around my van. I got one thing that'll clean your car. It'll take your bugs off. It'll clean your windows. It'll do everything that I needed to do. But I just learned, man, just mixing chemicals, and I feel like I'm a chemist now, man. The way I be mixing it up now, man. You know.
That's dope. I like, you know, from when I work, I see a lot of detailers and stuff come through there, and they get certain things, and of course, you know, you got the few that's gonna get specific brand and things like that. How hard was it to try to promote? Because you started years ago. This is before social media.
Yeah. I said,
how hard was it to promote your business?
It wasn't really hard, man. It was really, I mean, I started on social media. I posted my first car, man. It had to be like 2007, somewhere around there. I was kind of down bad. And female I was with then, she was like, "Why don't you wash my car and post it online?" And shit, I did that. And that's where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? It went from that one car to where I'm at now. But far as like, it was more word of mouth. So every car I touch, man, I don't look at it just like a car. It's a billboard. And that billboard is me riding around. So
Mm.
I give it everything that I can to make that car look good because I know it's me. It's a reflection of me. You know what I'm saying? So every car I touch, you can look back years ago. The cars still look the same to this day. I don't change nothing. I've been using the same chemicals for 7, 8, 9, 10 years. So
But talk about like which your because you want you detail, you know, that's what you do. Like how do you interpret people that don't wash their cars? Like not people, but just the cars, you know.
um, I don't really. I try not to say nothing to people when I see them with a dirty car. I can be kind of hard at times. I just said, like, damn, like, why you why you driving in this car like this? You paying a payment for it. You know what I mean? But I just seen some shit. But I try not to talk down on people because people be going through things.
Yeah.
It could be depression. It could be just stress from the work. It could be a lot of different things. But my job there is to make it look better. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I do. And I step in. But I talk a little shit. I will talk a little shit. But at the same time, I got a soft spot in my heart too, to where I won't be as hard, but I'll be still telling you in kind of a hard way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense. That
But
makes sense.
I just seen some crazy stuff, but I never, what I mean, talk down on nobody to have them like crying or no shit like that.
For, in the business sense, how you determine your prices? Like, is it based on how dirty the car is, the type of car it is?
Man, to be honest, man, I done had detailers reaching out to me years, man. You need to go up on your price. You need to go up on your prices. Um, I go up, might go up tonight when I leave here. I don't know. I might go up. But I hear some of these prices, some of these guys charging. And here it is, me. They call me the car wash man. So car wash man come through. And man, I'm doing everything they ain't doing for a lesser price. You know what I'm saying? But I think this year is my time to go up to where I need to go up to get to what I deserve. Not just for the money. It took years for me to get to where I'm at. And I got a lot of guys that call me daily,
Yeah.
ask about this, ask about that. And and I'm helping them. You know what I'm saying? So I know I need to go on up because my work speaks for itself. Have 95% of my customers after I'm done, I tell them to come check out their car. They don't come check out their car. So that speaks volume.
Mm.
I don't have that problem where callbacks with this, with that. You know what I'm saying? I always try to make sure everything done right the first time. The way I ain't got to come back to you.
I mean, that profession is it ever hard when you got people that maybe aren't as professional, like in the sense of maybe they take something outside the car, maybe they don't do a good job every time. They leave stains or they steal from inside the car. Like I hear a lot of horror stories when it comes to the detailing.
Well, me personally, man, I never had that problem because anything in the car that somebody own, I can own it myself. You know what I mean? I clean enough cars.
Mm-hmm.
So if I see some earbuds, AirPods, I look at them, but I move them away from me. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I can buy some. I got 3, 4 sets out, different kind of things that I have. But me personally, I never had that problem of stealing out nobody's car. I done had some clients come to me from other detailers and from other car washes like, hey, I did this, I did that. Went there, set this there, I got back, it was gone. But I think what actually helped me with that, working at the Lexus dealership, we had this thing where it was called a dummy car. To where a car come round, you might have $18 worth of quarters in the ashtray. You know what I'm saying? My particular dummy car, I went and picked up from the front, had a lump in the damn floor mat. I'm like, damn, why the hell this lump here? So when I'm backing it out, I look up on it, it's nothing but money. But long story short, I said that to say this. A guy had stole $4 worth of quarters out of a car, and it was a dummy car. They ended up fining him. So, man, I don't never want to lose no client behind some iPods or earring or a ring or some shit that I can buy if I wash
Mm-hmm.
their car 2 or 3 more times. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of just put that stuff to the side. And then in my employees or whoever I had work with me, I ain't never had that problem. And I don't plan on having that problem. So,
How many cars you say you wash a day?
man, now, man, I try to average, man. Now, man, I can make me $400-500 a day. I'm good.
Mm.
But back a couple years ago, man, I was doing 12 to 16 calls a day by myself.
12 to 16 cars?
Yeah, I was doing 12 to 16 calls.
How's
by
that
myself.
possible? Like, how long it take? Like, just me. This is just talking about the business part of it, of course. Like, what's the time? Like, what's your run on car? Like, how long it take you to clean the car?
Man, like
Inside out, of course.
if I'm on my shit and I'm feeling good and I'm crunk, like now I'm like old ass Chevy. So I got to warm up, you know what I'm saying, before I get going and shit. So I'm like old ass Chevy. But really though, man, it take longer to vacuum a car than it do to actually wash a car.
Mm-hmm.
I can wash a car in 5-6 minutes, you know. I can vacuum a car. It might take me 20 minutes, it might take me an hour and 30. But I invest in tools to get that efficiency up on that end. But I'm still an old school detailer, so I don't use a lot of these tools some of these new detailers use it. You know what I'm saying? But an average car, man, I could do a car. If I'm on my shit, I could do a car in 35, 40 minutes. I done did cars so fast to where they walk out and was like, I got to pay you for this, for that amount of time. You know what I'm saying? So I might bullshit around, get on my phone, play a little game or something to kill time. You know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
What was your thought process of when they started to make like the the Lulus and stuff and spot? Did that take away from your business at all? Do you feel like it's a
Nah,
huge difference?
I can't be replaced. They can't do what I do. They can't clean the car like I can clean. They can't get round the tag. The machines can't get inside the rims. You know what I'm saying? But I just tell my customers, I can tell if they done cheated on me and went through there because it's you know what I'm saying? I tell all the time, like, you'd have been through the car. I be like, no, I didn't. How you can tell? I take them to the tag. You see right here? See this dirt? And I take them to their wheel. And then I look at the base of their car. The shit, recycled water and those brushes, the shit that's cleaning your car, whatever you want to call it, spinning, cleaning your car, fine rocks lock into those bristles. And it scratches up your clear coat. So when you look at your clear coat at an angle with the sun hitting it, it look like spider webs. That's a sign that you'd have been in that tunnel wash. You know what I'm saying? But they don't faze me. None of these other guys out here watching car, I don't see them. I don't talk bad about them. But I'm in my own lane. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at nobody as competition. I'm doing my own thing. I'm tunnel vision. I always been like that. You know?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stay like that.
And this is just me asking this out of curiosity, your dad, how did he feel like knowing like you became a business owner, entrepreneur, so to speak, pretty much?
Yeah, man. I really don't know how he felt, but my daddy ain't tell me that he was proud of me till I was 36 years old.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a different kind of feel. And that's when I was working with AT&T. I went and got me a real job. So that's when he told me he was proud of me. But washing cars, man, is something I always did. But what really made me want to start washing cars like full time, my brother had went to the feds. You know, it could have easily been me.
Older or younger?
Huh?
Older brother or younger?
Yeah, my older brother.
So y'all are close then, you and your older brother. You mentioned him a lot.
Yeah. So he went to the feds for, in the world things. And God spared me, so I wanted to turn a new leaf. So I started washing cars. I was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I was fucked up. I was down bad, ain't had no money to eat. I went to my dog Pooh. Pooh probably watching this now. We worked at Eagle Parts together. Went to Pooh. I'm like, man, Pooh, look, bro. Let me get $15 for cleaning your truck. And I hit that bitch out to work. So when I cleaned Pooh's truck, Pooh gave me $25. I said, shit. I keep on cleaning car. I be able to eat what the hell I want to eat. And man, it just kind of, you know what I'm saying, started working from there, bro. I just started washing more cars, started posting them, bro, and one thing led to the next, you know?
Nah, that's dope, man. But going back to your dad, so I wanted to stay on that for a second because I don't like to skip over nothing if I don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
One, how did you feel when he finally said it? He was proud of you. And then how did that make you feel to hear that?
Man, I was actually surprised, man. It's almost like Fred Stanford, man. Like, oh, it's a big one. It's a big one. You know what I'm saying? I actually, man, I had to call my sister and I had to tell her, like, yo, that man really said he proud of me. You know what I'm saying? But why I got to wait till, but I was still doing some shit younger years. You know what I'm saying? So I was finally felt like I was becoming a man versus a little boy, you know. But it felt good to hear that. But shit, I was already knew what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I was already proud of myself from where I came from. You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever feel like you didn't feel, not that you needed it, but you didn't feel like you wanted some sort of validation from your dad to say like, hey, I like the man you became.
I mean, I would have wanted that, but him being the person he is, you know, I just couldn't see him coming out telling me I was bad, man. I was bad. I was bad. No, I was bad. I thank God for change. You know what I'm saying? When I look back at it, but as a young man, you would want to hear that. So now, with me not hearing it like that, I make sure I try to tell my daughter as much as possible, I'm proud of you.
How many kids you got?
I just got one.
Just
She's
one.
20 years old.
Okay.
Man, I try to tell her I'm proud of her, rather she doing nails or getting up on time going to work. I just let her know I'm proud. I don't say it like I need to say it, but I make sure she hear it to where she ain't gonna have the same memory I had. Like, damn, my dad don't told me when I got this job, he was proud. I try to let her know, try to like motivate her. My daughter is like everything to me, man. Like, when I'm doing them dog days, she was the only thing that kept me. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't even know that. But I'm blessed to have the platform on social media that I have to where I can kind of get her the alley hoop. You know what I'm saying? So she ain't got to really do shit but catch the ball and dunk it. Me, I got to get the ball in bounds. I got to get past half court. I got to get past goddamn Flighty Divide, Matumbo. You know what I'm saying? And I got to do all that, but I'm just blessed, man, to where I'm able to at least try to get her the alley hoop thing.
Yeah, that's dope. What was that like? Because you said your daughter you said she's 20.
Yeah, she's 20.
So she was able to meet your mom then.
No, she didn't meet at all. No.
What like from how your parents parented you? What's some things you dislike that you decided to be different with your daughter? Like, okay, I'm gonna do this because maybe my parents didn't do this.
There wasn't really much that I didn't like or dislike because it was a little happy little family. My dad went to work, my mama went to work. It was 9 to 5. We went to school, we come home. You know what I mean? Just it was happy. So it wasn't nothing that I can change. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to be a father to my daughter. But one thing, when I found out I had a daughter, man, I kind of like stopped doing women or was in the streets with multiple women like that. And I'm like that still to this day. My daughter only really technically met like 3 women. She's 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have women coming in and out my house. I don't have women in and, all around me to where she see it and shit like that. Because I don't want her to grow up and think it's okay for Peter and Paul to do it 'cause she saw Patrick do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a certain way that I move, and I'm moving like that for my daughter's sake.
I respect that.
Man, I got some cupcakes for you too, man.
Oh,
had brought you some red and lemon velvet cupcakes, man. I almost forgot about that. Oh yeah, best in the city right there. Yeah, man. You enjoy that, man. You and your kids enjoy that.
Yeah, we're gonna eat this tonight. I love some red velvet.
Yeah, man, you'll be calling me, man.
I might even try a lemon just cause.
Hey, man, that lemon, man, that thing's serious, man. You hear me? That lemon is real serious, man. I wouldn't lie to you, man.
So you bake?
Yeah, I bake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I bake. Yeah.
So you not only not wash. Let me not say that. Let me ask you that question before the bake, man. Ask a great question. Difference between washing a car and detailing a car.
Man, look, man. This is one little cat here, man, in town, and he call himself the detailer and call us other guys the car washers. Detailer is a more professional name of it. detailing is a little bit more than a car wash.
Right.
I don't give a fuck if you detailing the car or washing the car. You still gotta wash it. Either way it go. So either way, you still a little car washer too, because you got to wash the car before you detail it. I ain't never seen nobody detail a dirty car.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Without washing it. So you're a car washer too. A detailer is more of the professional name of it. But car wash is just call me the car wash man. That's what I like. You know what I'm saying? But I could wash your car, I could detail your car, I could do whatever I want to do to your car to make it look brand new. So that don't really matter to me, even though a detailer goes a little deeper into it than a car washer, but I'm all that in one. You know what I'm saying? So you can call me a detailer or a car washer. I still respond and talk to it.
And then I was gonna ask also with the baking, like how long you been doing the baking thing? Because I actually seen on your page too, like you had cupcakes and sweets and stuff like that.
Yeah, but actually, man, the baking is something that fell in my lap. I've been doing that since 2020, and the only reason why I got into that is like my mom passed February 6th in 1999, and every day of her birthday or Mother's Day, I usually try to get out to kind of wash cars to try to make the day pass. But February the 6th, 2020, um, I couldn't wash no cars because it was a thunderstorm. It was storming out the door. So I was like, damn, what the hell I'm gonna get through this day, man. You know, mom passed on this day, so I'm kind of like all types of thoughts and shit running through my mind. So I ended up going to KJ's on Going Highway, and I ended up buying everything that I saw my mom used to buy. And she left a recipe for all of my siblings, my brothers and my sister. And I go to my sister's house and I bake the cake, man. The cake, when I ice it up, it was standing every way but up. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I iced it up, bro, and I cut a few pieces, and I took a picture and I put it on Facebook, red velvet slice cake, $2.50 a slice. I ain't have no cake container. I ain't have shit but a knife and some paper towels. I was in my backseat of my car, cutting up cake, selling it. Man, that cake sold out in less than 40 minutes. $2.50 a slice, man, and it just went from there, man. So, no training, just trial and error, man. I looked at my mama recipe, changed up some things, and kind of made it my recipe. You know what I'm saying? And it's just been taking off since then, bro.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Is that lucrative as far as like being able to because you kind of make your own schedule. I know you work a lot, but you make your own schedule for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And then still be able to do the sweets. Like how are you promoting that? How do you get that out to the people? You just post a cake and on Facebook or?
Man, I usually like back in the days, man. I used to make a post, an order post, but ain't nobody placed on order. So I like shit, dealing with us, they don't know how to place. They ain't gonna place no order. So I started just popping out. I popped out. I've been selling out less than an hour for 5, 6, going on 6 years now. You know what I'm saying? But I got to learn balance, man, because I think I got like an ADHD to where I don't know how to sit down. I don't sleep. I sleep 2 or 3 hours a night. So I'm up. I might bake. Like I was baking those 2, 3 o'clock this morning. You know what I'm saying? But I get up between 3 and 4 o'clock every day. If I decide to bake, I bake. But a lot of times I just get up, walk around, listen to my motivational stuff and kind of stroll social media. I love Chat GTP. That shit make me feel like a professor. So I'm on that all the time, asking all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of educate myself and do that. But man, it's just with the cupcakes, man, and the car wash, man, it's a crazy combination coming from a male. But man, it's real lucrative, man. But it can be a whole lot bigger than what it is.
Nah, it makes sense. I just like the fact that people are able to start a business, start something on social media. I think that's the gift of social media now. You can start something there, and it can lead you to a path you never even expected to be on.
It done took me places, man, where the streets weren't gonna take me. Like them cupcakes to been to Florida, cupcakes to been to Texas, them cupcakes to been to Virginia. You know what I'm saying? They've been around, but my ultimate goal, man, is to get them all over the world, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a great product. I use top of the line shit, and I'm in there really whipping it myself from the front end to the back end.
Nah, that's dope, man. Did you ever in your life think you would be like baking? Like,
Hell no. I
well,
don't
not
know.
cakes at least, I'm sure.
No, man. No, not the cakes, man. But I really be in there, whipping, man. But I never would have thought like cakes, man. But like I say, back to the old conversation we had a little earlier, I was always a fat boy. And my mom was a baker. But it was something about the red velvet, the like, like, yo, how did she turn this cake red? But that was like the cake part of it. You know what I'm saying? That was the main cake that I wanted to learn how to bake, man. And just something fell in my lap, man. And God blessed me with a great product, man. A real great product.
No, I like that. I think that's dope, man. What do you think? What's your daughter like? How did she? What you think about you? How she view you? How she talk to you? Talked about you? What's your relationship like?
Man, it's okay. My daughter got a little smart mouth. You know what I mean? Like, she,
Does she
yeah,
take after you at all? Like, is she like I'm gonna do what I want to do, kind of like my dad, or it's like,
she like that. But she got some mama in her, and she got some of that in her. But I don't like the mama side. You know what I'm saying? The daddy side, I don't like it neither. But I can be like, damn, like this little motherfucker just like me. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I can sit there and say little shit like that. But man, she got a little mouth, man. Sometimes it be wanting to just thump in top of the head. You know what I mean? But it's me, man. Like I got her super spoiled. I got her like that. It's too late to change that now. But at the same time, like I ain't your bro, I ain't your friend. I'm your damn dad. At the end of the day, I joke and shoot the shit with you. But when there's some serious shit going on, like I'm your daddy. Like you finna listen. Like I run this. You know what I'm saying? But she stayed with me. She been staying with me for years. So we have a pretty good relationship, man. We don't take pictures and post them on the internet like that no more and stuff like that. But we all right, man. We all right.
What about your brother? Like, what's your relationship like now? Your younger one.
My younger brother, man, we don't talk as much, man. But I love him. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk as much, Actually, my brother just had a little incident here a couple of days ago, and I showed up to the hospital, show my face. But I don't like the hospital environment due to what happened to me being stabbed. But I showed up, you know what I'm saying? But, we all kind of grown and got our own thing going on.
Yeah,
You know
and
what
your
I'm saying?
sister? What y'all relationship
Yeah, man,
like?
my sister kind of like the tightest out of all the rest of them, But I need to do more calling around and checking and stuff like that, man. But I just look at it like, man, I got my own problems. They probably got their own problems. And I don't be wanting to like take on no more than what I got. And I don't want them to take on no more than what they got. So but when we talk, Yeah.
And your older brother?
Yeah, my older brother, man, he actually been out now for about 4 years. So he working at Bridgestone. We touch bases every other week, every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? He buy cupcakes, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and whenever he want them, I get in the kitchen and bake them for him, stuff like that. So we talk.
And you about your dad?
My dad, we got a real good relationship, man. My daddy just went to his house over the weekend, cleaned up his truck for him, which I rarely get to do. I went and cleaned up his truck, had a little downtime. But we have, for the most part, we got a good relationship. Ain't never really been no beef, no fallout or nothing like that. We got a real good, solid relationship. I need to call more to him as well.
Looking back, on just how, some things in your life may have happened. What's some things, if at all, you could change, and what's some things that you wouldn't change, and you feel like maybe it was meant for that to happen?
Man, I don't think I'd change nothing. Because I think everything that happened made me who I am now. So it's kind of like I needed to go through that to be who I am now. I needed to get broken. I needed to get hurt. I needed to get talked about. Because pain is what made me. Pain is what built. Pain is what built what I got going on, my brand, off of pain. So I wouldn't change nothing. Everything I went through, I thank God for it. Because it's made me who I am,
Yeah, it's crazy, the irony of the saying, blood, sweat, and tears, that's real. When you think about,
Yeah.
next level of detailing,
Yeah.
like, that's really what that's about.
Yeah. Man,
Without
blood.
that, you don't have that. You may just not be, but you could have maybe not be here. Somebody could have did something to you. You never know what happened. You could have been in jail or something like that.
It could have been
Doing the
all
wrong
types.
thing.
I could have went 7 different ways, man. But I went this way, and it helped me, man. And it's like the car wash and the cupcakes. it still give me the street vibe from the 10, 20, 40, 100, 70. That shit give me adrenaline. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the same number that you just called, text that we've been texting for the last couple of years. That's the same trap number. Now it's a business line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's really a blessing, man. But that the cupcake give me a rush. Like Thanksgiving and Christmas is like my busiest time. And sometimes I wonder how the hell do I push out all them cakes and cupcakes before time? But I stay up 3, 4, 5 days in a row. You know, Christmas, I did over 50 cakes, um, mixed up over 50, and I probably turned 22 to 25 of them into whole cakes and turned the other cakes over into cupcakes. So I did about 450 to 600 cupcakes, you know, and I do all of that in a regular little kitchen oven.
Mm-hmm.
But I do it by myself. Not saying I don't need help, because I would like to help. But if I ever decide to open up a brick and mortar, I know if Erica and Jessica don't show up to work and I got 500 cupcakes to make, I know I can handle it on my own because I done did it before. I done pushed myself to that limit. But now, man, I think it's time for me to let somebody enter to where I can really take that to the next level, even though it's already on the next level. I'm trying to open up and do other things as well, too.
Yeah. I couldn't help but notice, though, you got this sweater on that says invested in myself.
Oh, yeah. At all times, man. That's the best thing to do. Invest in yourself and believe in yourself. And that's something that I always did, man. And just invest in yourself. Like, you know, I'm not real big on gifts or anything, but I just feel like if somebody buy me something that can make me some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want no polo, none of that shit. Give me some work shirts. Buy me some work shoes to where I can make me $20,000, $30,000 out of them work shoes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just big on like all of that stuff like that, you know?
Makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Yeah, man. I feel like, you know, the good thing about doing like podcasts, and I know you said you don't talk a lot, but
Yeah.
I do think the good thing about doing things like this podcast wise, whether you do 1, 2, 3, 5, whatever, is that it's the best form to give somebody a version of, like a version of you. Because there's different
Yeah.
versions of everybody, but you know,
Yeah.
the version of you, but also the way you think of your life and how you view things. And, you know, your brother might watch this, your sister might watch it and say, hey, you know, you said you was bad. I don't think you was bad. I think you was just this way, you know, like,
Yeah.
and you get everybody a different perspective on like the stuff you're saying, or,
Right.
you know,
right.
your sister might tell you, oh, you know, I think, you know, when you got stabbed, I felt this way. You might not know she felt that way. I felt like
Yeah.
I was sad. I was this, you know.
Mhm.
And I think that's the beauty of like what I do, at least how I try to do storytelling. I try to start from beginning,
Yeah.
come to now, and if I'll go back and forth sometime here and there. I mean, I'm sure even today, like as we're speaking, I feel like it's probably stuff we haven't touched on
Man,
that you
it's
could
a
touch
lot.
on, you know.
Yeah, it need to be a part 2, part
I,
3,
that,
man.
but I always feel like
yeah.
people just got to warm up as well. Like it
Yeah.
got to be because some like and you mentioned like depression and having dark days. I feel like sometimes you got to have those days to know, okay, I want to talk about this now.
Yeah.
Let me talk about this.
And see, man, like this last time, man, had to be the darkest it ever been. But main thing is I recognized it. You know what I'm saying? Even though I didn't get out the bed, I stayed in that dark room. I got 1,200 text messages that I ain't read, that I can see like all this money. But it had me so down to where I couldn't move. I couldn't eat. I couldn't wash dishes. I didn't shave. Like, it was bad, bro. And have people tell me, like, this ain't you. Go in there and bake. Go do this. Go do that. But if your mind ain't right, you can't bake. My dad used to tell me, boy, you need to find you a job. They want the job. I got the money I could make in my phone. And like I told him, like, I could be the president of the motherfucking United States. And if my mental ain't right, I can't run the states like I need to. You know what I'm saying? But man, it's just, I just want to tell like black men, man, like, talk to somebody about it. A lot of people are going through it and don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? You have to educate yourself. I didn't know what it was until I got on Google. You know what I'm saying? But just glad, man, that I started talking. It was a good thing and it was a bad thing. It was a good thing that I started talking because it started making me feel better. But then it was a bad thing because certain people that I open up to, that I talk to on a daily basis, they start talking to me. You know what I'm saying? So it hurt me in a different way and it helped me in a way. But man, just like we as black men or black women, whoever going through whatever, man, it's real important to try to identify what's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's something I did. But like I say, I listen to number gospel music and motivational stuff. For 6 months, I couldn't listen to no gospel music. It wasn't me. 6 months, I couldn't listen to no motivational stuff. It had me down bad. It took probably about a week and a half to 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, I had a customer reach out to me. I still ain't told her that she did this because I want to tell her in person. She called me and was like, hey, how you doing? You know, and I talk the way I talk, you would think I'm asleep. But I'm up at all times. And she said, I got a question to ask you. And I was like, yes, ma'am. Like, what's up? And she was like, I done booked with you 3 times and you ain't showed up. Like, what I done to you? And I just told her, I was like, you know, be honest, I've been battling depression and anxiety. And depression is so smart to where I knew I had a car to do at 11 o'clock. Pressure tell me, we gonna get up at 10:45. Just go ahead, lay down. 10:45 come, we gonna get up at 11:30. 11:30, so on and so forth. But I opened up and I told her, and man, she stopped what she was doing. It's like, oh, cause I just didn't want, you know, but she prayed, man, for 4 minutes straight, if not longer, nonstop. And after that phone call, bro, it was just like I took the monkey off my back. I took my weight vest off. I went in the house instantly, dog, started listening to gospel music. I started baking. I ain't baked for 3-4 months. But I'm glad that I heard that prayer and needed that prayer because I wasn't going to bake for Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? But that prayer primed me up to get into that kitchen to do what I need to do for Thanksgiving to get it out. But man, back to the always saying that God is real. I acknowledge God in everything, man. Like he the head of my life. Even though I go through shit and I do shit, but I know who he is and he know who I am.
You ever I know you mentioned like in your experience in the hospital. Has there ever been a time where like you was at a standstill with a decision you should make, whether you should do something, not do something? Have you ever heard his voice then like, don't do that? And it could have been bad, something bad.
Like I ain't gonna say like when I say hearing voices, it's not like no bad, like psychotic, crazy type shit.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be from the higher power. But I remember I had kind of was staying with my sister, man. And I was damn near homeless, bro. You know what I mean? And I ain't had no money. I had like $7 in my fucking pocket. And I was sitting at the edge of the bed, like I could call my partner and get this pack, and I could make whoop the whoop. But in my heart, I didn't want to do that because my brother already gone. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting at the edge of the bed. God come to me again. Look at your hands. And man, I look at my hands, and I hear the voice again. It's in your hands. So boom, after that little thing registered, man, my sister, I was staying with her. I had an old pressure washer that I brought from Walmart years ago in the garage. I went and got that pressure washer, got the hose, got it running. Went and brought me some little bullshit chemicals, man. I started at my dad's house that first Saturday. My daddy got a long driveway. I had 4 cars in at a time all day, dumping. That first day, man, I made $400-500. I took that $400-500, went and brought me a bigger pressure washer, better chemicals, and I just kept going with it. But God always redirected me back to my gift that he blessed me with. And I try to tell people all the time, like, man, whoever they pray to or whoever they worship or whatever, that person put a seed in you. And that seed in you is your gift. And when you find that gift, the shit don't require no education. It's a gift that he bless you with, and it's going to take care of you for the rest of your life. I got 2, 3, 4, 5 gifts. And I don't really have to work for the rest of my life. I can use that. And that's what I'm going to do to my advantage. But to the people out there, man, find that gift. Find what's inside you, what you like to get up and do. And don't worry about failing, this and that. Got to listen to some of these stories with Walt Disney. McDonald's, everybody done fail, you know? And you just gotta just take that leap of faith, man. And if that's your gift, I'm telling you, God gonna take care of you. And he gonna provide. And you ain't gotta work hard. It's something that's already there in you. And it's a gift.
I feel like I feel all of that. Yeah, man. But like I said, I enjoy. I also think with your story though, I do think I can tell it's layers. It's
Yeah.
definitely there's layers to
yeah,
be peeled back.
yeah.
You mentioned earlier, and I'm about to wrap it up, but you mentioned earlier, about uh, black men just needing to talk. What's your thoughts on therapy?
Man, look, man, therapy is good. I think it's real good. But man, I'm in a situation now where I work for myself and I don't have insurance,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And if I want to go to the doctor, I got to pay out of pocket. But right now, I'm doing my research and finna get some insurance and all that other shit. I think therapy, when I was going, it's real good. It's real good. And I feel like God put those people here for a reason. But at the same time, I lean on God. You know what I'm saying? But I'm finna get me an original one therapist that I see on the regular, though. It's something that I've been researching, man. But ain't gonna say I can't afford to pay 150 for 1 hour, 2, 3 days a week. You know what I'm saying? But I know eventually, man, that'll be some of the best money I spend. But right now, I just can't scratch that limb right now.
No, that makes a lot of sense though. I agree with you. I think therapy is good. Of course, you want to get the insurance. It's easier doing it that way or through any kind of potential jobs or whatever if you can. I think the beauty of therapy is that you talking to somebody who is educated to deal with different types of depression as well. So they
Mm-hmm.
can kind of pinpoint it and they know they line of questioning or what they need to ask to kind of get to the root
Mm-hmm.
problem or cause or whatever's affecting you. But also they don't know you. They're not prejudging you. It's just they trying to figure you out.
Right.
So I think that's dope. And then also in the same breath, you get to go ahead and vent to somebody who's not gonna
Judge you, yeah.
judge you, betray you. No, oh, that's too deep. Leave me alone. Like type thing. So I think with black men, I can't speak for everybody. I know myself. There's things that, of course, I'm sure is well with you, that you just don't share with people. Like you
Yeah.
like, it's certain stories be just whole. Like they ain't ready for that.
Yeah.
You had to be there to know this story.
Yeah.
And because we do hoard a lot of mostly bad memories though, but you do
Yeah.
hoard a lot. You see a lot. And if you made it out of that storm, you're happy for that. But at the same time, you like you want to get it out and get it off yourself.
Yeah.
It's something on your
And
back.
I'm doing that slowly, man. Um, I know it's almost time to end, but I want to say this. I moved to Charleston, man. And like I'm a shoe dude. I haven't really bought many pair of shoes the last couple of shoes, but I got a good little bit of it. But I was staying in Charleston working for AT&T, and I was getting ready to head back to Augusta to see my daughter and wash cars or whatever. So I pulled up, man, to this store gas station. It was a Spinks gas station on Ashley Phosphate. So this guy, when I pulled up, I read his tag and say, God is good, like that. So, I recognized his tag, but when I got out the car, I recognized his shoes. But then he had on some Huaraches, and I had a Huarache phase, so I had damn near every color Huaraches or whatever. So, man, I jump out the car, tell dude, hey, yo, I like your shoes. This dude said to me, he was like, you know what, man? He said, I'm glad you said that. God got something I want you to hear. So I told him, like, let me pump my gas, and then I come over there and talk to you. So I pump my gas, and I get to him. I don't know this man from a can of paint. Never seen him a day in my life. He introduced himself, say he a prophet. Me, I know God, but I ain't really word from word in the Bible. So I know the prophet is situated some way
Yeah.
dealing with God. So he said, I say, you're what? He's like, I'm a prophet. I was like, okay, yeah, like, what's up? And this dude was like, man, you need to let that go. And I was like, what you talking about? He's like, from that dude stabbing you in your back, where I burst out in tears. I raised my glasses up. I sat on his car, and I wiped my tears, and I looked him dead in his eye. I said, how did you know that? And he was like, I'm a prophet. God speaks through me. So I go to his damn tag, look at his tag. He got a California tag, no, a New York tag on there. So I'm like, yo, bro, like, how you know this? Then he comes back and was like, what you and your brother got going on, you need to let that go. And he said, what you got in that car, it ain't in there. I had me a blunt rolled up. Finna get on the highway, come back to Augusta. I couldn't find the blunt. So he told me, little things. And I was like, man, I think I want to be a motivational speaker. This man looked at me and was like, nah, write a book. You write a book, you're going to be a millionaire. It's going to take care of you. You got a story to tell. And bro, I boo-hoo cried at that gas station. 30 minutes to an hour. My friend girl came up to see me. She went to Starbucks down the road. So we was kind of going to meet on the highway and shoot on back to Augusta. I had to call her, tell her to come to the Spinks gas station. Because, bro, I couldn't drive. I was crying. It was just unbelievable. Like, how this man know this and never saw me a day in my life. So after he pulled off, I called my uncle. My Uncle Bobby, he's a reverend. He has a church in South Carolina. And I called him. I'm like, is the prophet real? And he was like, yeah. So my uncle, first thing he said, God honest truth, strike me dead right now. He said, did he ask you for money? I said, no. I said, but this man said something about, my stabbing. Long story short, my uncle's like, they real, God speak to them, woo to woo. So ever since that day, I've been wanting to write a book. I done wrote a little stuff down, but when I get to them dark times, I kind of push away from it. But now I got a guy by the name of Gino, a good friend, who's writing for me as I talk.
Mm.
And he's going to put it all together. And I'm talking with a publicist in California when I get everything going, push that book out. But I got a story, man, like it's different levels to it, man. Like I started at the ladder at the bottom. So it's different shit. It's to be continued. You know what I'm saying? When you see me share shit with my cakes and stuff, I say marathon continues, man. Like it's a marathon. It ain't over yet.
That's dope, man. That's dope. That actually, I've seen prophets do work and from afar. Of course, I'm not gonna lie. I've always been iffy about it.
Mm-hmm.
But hearing your story and hearing how somebody that's a stranger to you could be so detailed and know something that
It scared me, bro. It
that
scared me.
that would definitely alarm me.
Yeah, it scared me. When I tell you tears dropped instantly, bro, I cried like a baby. And I just could not figure out how he knew this and
Didn't know
never
you from
met me a
nowhere.
day in my life. And I still got his card in my old wallet. That was back in 2017. I still got that card in my wallet to this day.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I definitely want to highlight the business before we get out of here, though. So you can tell them where they can find you and how if they want they call detail how to reach you.
Yeah. Facebook, Peabo Donaldson, Next Level Mobile Detailing and Pressure Washing. Bakery thing, the cake thing, that's Corrine Cake, CORINECAKES.
Can you why the name? Why Kareem K?
Corrine, that's my mama name.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. That's
When I
nice.
first
like
started,
that.
I called it Next Level Sweets. But I thought about it, like, this ain't mine, it's hers. So I changed it to Corrine Cakes.
Okay.
So Corrine is my mama name. So
Like that.
so that's hers. But Facebook, Peabo Donaldson, Next Level Mobile Detailing, Corrine Cakes. Instagram, I don't really do it, but Peabo81. TikTok is where I go stupid dumb viral at. It's Next Level Mobile Detailing. Just check me out. But I appreciate everybody that supported me over the years, everybody that prayed for me and reached out to me during them dark days that didn't even know I was going through it. I appreciate every one of y'all.
Yeah, definitely, man. And I want to say, I know you said it earlier. You said you talk low. I think you spoke very well, to say the least. But I can imagine like having your lungs and
Yeah,
all.
man.
And
I need to start smoking that shit now, man. Hard headed, man. You know what I mean? Just backdating me, hard headed. Need to stop smoking that shit right now. But I ain't on no hard shit, no shit like that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I just need to stop, man. I'm getting older and shit, man. So, yeah.
Yeah, man. But I definitely appreciate you coming through, man. One of the Masters podcast. Y'all appreciate you coming through. Make sure you shot with him.